Welcome everyone to our live product session on MoEngage and WhatsApp. In today's session, we'll have our experts give you an in-depth look at the WhatsApp capabilities of MoEngage and how you can use it to improve conversions. So let's get started. Bharat, if you could move to the next slide. Great. So we have a very packed agenda, but an exciting one still. I think the most interesting part for all of you would be we have two great speakers from our customers who will also talk about how they are using WhatsApp for their customer engagement. Right after we are done with the live demo and the product capabilities, we'll have speakers from Ola Insure and Sixth Street come on, right? And then finally, we'll have a Q&A. So whatever questions you have during the webinar, anytime during the webinar, please feel free to use the Q&A tab to post your questions, and we'll take it up during the Q&A at the end, right? With that, let me introduce you to the presenters for today. Right, first up, we have Bharat, who's one of our solution consultants at MoEngage, who will take you through our product capabilities and also give you a live demo. Right after that, we'll have Mayank, who's a growth lead at Ola Insure, talk about how they are using WhatsApp to improve their onboarding, improve their customer experience overall. And then we'll have Prateek from Sixth Street, an e-commerce giant in UAE, talk about how they are using WhatsApp and MoEngage to provide enhanced customer experience, also improving conversions from their WhatsApp campaigns and how they really go about it. I think you'll all find this valuable information, and I think there's a lot of takeaways that you can take from this session today. So I won't delay it any further. I think, Bharat, over to you. Let's get started.
Thank you, Rohit. Yeah, so I will just quickly get started as to why WhatsApp, right? I mean, just to answer this first question, that why WhatsApp. So today WhatsApp has 2 billion users in 180 plus countries, right? So monthly active user base for a WhatsApp as a channel or WhatsApp as an app is like 2 billion for 180 plus countries, right? And on WhatsApp, the open rates of the messages that have been sent out is on an average of 98%, right? And a user, checks their WhatsApp message on an average 23 times a day, right? And if we talk about the monthly active user base, from this 2 billion monthly active user base, 49% of India's population, which is 1.4 billion, right? Of that, 49%, which is 480 million approx, is an active user of WhatsApp as an app, or right? So that's just how the scale of WhatsApp is. Similarly, in Meta region, 75% of population uses WhatsApp, right? And if you see in comparison to India, the US population today is like 331 million, right, around that. And India just being only WhatsApp user is 480 plus million users. So the scalability, the reach that WhatsApp provides is an immense one, right? You can also accelerate, and we have been working with a lot of our customers. We are on the WhatsApp as an engagement channel. And what we have seen is that WhatsApp as a channel has helped businesses increase their conversion rates by 7x, right? So and what I just mentioned, right? The user opens or checks the WhatsApp message 23 times a day. An extension to that in time, in quantifying it in terms of minutes, a user spends on an average of 38 minutes every day just using WhatsApp itself, right? That's the stickiness of WhatsApp as an app that they have built. Now, WhatsApp is quickly becoming the most preferred channel for our customers for interactions, providing brands with an opportunity to engage with customers, rich features and deep analytics, right? So with WhatsApp, of course, you might see a lot of people, sending promotional and transactional messages. You can send rich media support. They have click tracking to provide to understand that what all messages you have sent, how are they performing. You have it is an interactive conversation, so there can be a two-way conversation where you can have a automated engagement with WhatsApp as a bot, right? All of this. So what all does MoEngage brings in with all these features that are available on WhatsApp as a channel? So what MoEngage factors in is the in-depth analytics, and I'll be talking about this, and I'll be showing you also that what all analytics that MoEngage has to offer, and how you can leverage this analytics to, let's say, segment your users and send a very highly contextual and personalized messaging to your users, so that the user feels very personal engagement on a WhatsApp as a channel, right? I'm sorry, right? What we have also done a kind of a research of our own, a survey of our own internally, right, with our current customers and with our folks. What we have understood that 54.1% customers said that they lack the ability to actionable insights, and 65% of brands said that they lack the ability to personalize the context on the WhatsApp engagements that they are sending out, right? So I'll be showing you live today onto the demo itself that what all we do, how we can solve these problems for brands, for, let's say, giving them the right insights, giving them the right way to personalize the messages that you're sending out to your users for the engagement, right? And we'll quickly do a poll right now, right? Rohit, can we just quickly do the poll? Yeah.
Yes, the poll is live now.
The poll might be up on your screen. Just please give your answers that you would feel.
Yeah, we'll just give it a couple of seconds for everyone to submit their responses.
Sure.
All right, I think we have a majority of the responses. I'll just end the poll now. All right, I think you can see the results now. Bharat, I think we have majority of our audience that doesn't run campaigns on WhatsApp. And then we have the next set of people who have some level of personalization within their WhatsApp campaign. So I think we have a good scale of maturity across the audience base right now.
Right. So and that's where MoEngage comes in to augment all of this, the personalization piece and the analytics piece, right? So I'm pretty sure you would be using the WhatsApp as a channel for a lot of engagements and at a certain level, but MoEngage helps you to go a step further with this, right? So some use cases for you in your customer journey. So let's say the first use case would be, how do you personalize your engagement, which directly impacts your active revenue per user and increases your repurchase rate, which is basically the stickiness towards your brand, the loyalty which is built towards your brand, right? So you can personalize your engagement, take your store to work customers WhatsApp so that they can explore breadth and depth of your offerings, right? You can improve the onboarding or the activation so that the user feels much more connected towards the brand, right from the first time that the user has registered, or let's say has become accomplice to the brand, right? And this will directly impact your stickiness, right? Whether you the loyalty that gets built towards the brand, right? And then there is of course the user is onboarded, the user is using your product, which might be, let's say, a website or an app, and he is doing a lot of activity over there. How do you make sure that the user does a checkout after doing adding a product to the cart, right? So very, very basic e-commerce example. How do you reduce the abandoned cart, right? And that's where WhatsApp as a channel can be a very effective channel in comparison to other channels that are also there, right? So that one loop where the reachability of the user might be a kind of a challenge on certain channels completely gets closed with WhatsApp as a channel, right? And of course, this directly impacts your add to cart conversions and improve conversion rates. Then of course, there might be certain users who might show certain propensity towards actually leaving your asset, which might be, let's say, they might churn and they might stop using or being associated to your brand. And how do you arrest this dormancy or this churn? How do you make sure that you have a higher win back rate and improve retention of your users? Again, WhatsApp as a channel can become a very powerful engagement tool for achieving this use case, right? And of course, once the user has bought a product, how do you make sure that you cross-sell, upsell or you keep a loyalty or a connection with your brand by, let's say, sending an engagement post that they have done a checkout or a product buy activity. How do you make sure that you keep that connection with them? And that's where post-purchase notification reminders can also be a great way of engaging with your users, keeping a sense of brand into their mind, that hey, if I want to buy a jeans or if I want to buy a certain X product, this is a brand that I should go to because I see this brand or engage with this brand on my WhatsApp as an engagement channel for a very good amount of time of my my lifetime in the WhatsApp as a user, right? So these are some of the use cases, and of course I'll be showing you how these use cases can be done. But before that, what MoEngage plus WhatsApp as an insight driven has helped our customers today, right? So what 5 million plus customer interactions have been powered via MoEngage for this WhatsApp engagement. 79.5% average read rates we have, 83.67% average delivery rates, and 3x impact of personalization, right? So the read rates, the delivery rates, and the customer interactions are being very greatly impacted by the personalization piece that MoEngage offers in the WhatsApp as a channel. So let's understand how WhatsApp as a stack sits, or let's say works on MoEngage, right? So we have we have WhatsApp business partners, right? The likes of Gupshup, Infobip, Karix. What we do over here is that first you go to your WhatsApp service provider for your account creation. The WhatsApp service provider creates a WhatsApp business account for you with Meta, given that they are the preferred partner over there. Once you do that, you configure the sender, which can be, let's say, either of a Gupshup, Infobip, or Karix. And let's take an example of Infobip in this example, right? So it might be Infobip. You configure that on MoEngage. Once you configure it, you configure the templates that you want to send on the WhatsApp, right? So you need the templates to be whitelisted with the WhatsApp or with the Meta, right? So once you get the approval, and WhatsApp service provider actively helps you into getting all of this whitelisting approvals from Meta. And once you do that, all of these templates are inputted into MoEngage, which can then be leveraged for sending out engagements to your users, right? And this is how the stack would look like, or let's say flow would look like, how you can engage or you can leverage MoEngage for, let's say, configuring the WhatsApp as a channel onto the MoEngage platform, and you start using it. What all features you can use, or let's say what all use cases that you can achieve, or let's say the features that can help you in getting better engagements, or let's say better engagement on WhatsApp. You can analyze your audience and create targeted WhatsApp campaigns that convert. You can segment audiences for your WhatsApp campaigns. You can trigger WhatsApp messages based on events. You can create cross-channel campaigns with WhatsApp as another channel. So you might have email, SMS, or push notification. You can also have WhatsApp as a channel over there. You can optimize campaigns for conversions with deep insights, leverage intelligent delay optimization, frequency capping, and control groups that MoEngage has to offer for you. The dependability, scale, and security, and ease of use and integrations to support your team in getting started, right? So let's quickly take you through what the panel. I just showed to you that what you can achieve, what you can do with MoEngage, right? So the first step is the type of segments that you can create. So give me a second. Yeah. So of course, you might create a lot of segments. You might be creating a lot of segments of your users, grouping them. With MoEngage, you can create a variety of segments, giving you variety of insights. So the first type of segment that you can create, which stands out or which is kind of, MoEngage, is champions in, is a RFM based segments, right? So you can create an RFM based segment of, let's say, the user who has, creating an RFM of user opening the app site and how many users who are actually doing an order successful. On the basis of that, you understand how your users are performing, how many are your champion users, how many needs attention, how many needs hibernate, how many are hibernating, which you might want to activate them, right? There might be certain users who might go to sleep, and you want to quickly engage with these users so that before they go dormant, or you quickly engage with these users and reactivate them. You can quickly create a campaign from right here, right? So if I click over here onto the about to sleep block, I can quickly start creating a WhatsApp campaign right now. So if I go into campaign, and if I just select a channel, I can just quickly start creating a campaign for users on about to sleep using a WhatsApp as a campaign. Whereas for the users who needs attention, I might just I might use another channel for creating. So that is the flexibility that MoEngage offers along with WhatsApp as a channel for you, right? You can also understand the user transition, that how many users after you have sent a WhatsApp engagement, how many users have moved from about to sleep to, let's say, happy user, or let's say price sensitive users, right? So you can see all the user transition from one group of users to another group of users, right? By percentage wise. And this is one type of segment that MoEngage offers to you in terms of, in form of RFM segments. The second type of segments that MoEngage offers to you is in form of the predictive segments, right? So you can create predictive segments with MoEngage in all form of predictions, right? So it can be a prediction that I want to understand the users who are likely to, do a conversion activity, which is buy a product. Let's say, and we are taking an e-commerce as an example over here. So the user who was likely to buy a product on my platform in next 7 days, 14 days, or 28 odd days, how do you, who are those users, and how can you incentivize those users to actually take that action even before they would be expecting to take that action, right? So you can take preemptive measures. One of the preemptive measures, and which we spoke in the deck also, right, previously, that how do you curb the churn or the dormancy of these users. So with using the MoEngage predictions, what you can do is that you can preemptively measure and understand that which are the set of users who are about to, let's say, churn. So this is an uninstall prediction. With the prediction is given into 3 categories or 3 buckets, where the user's propensity is being accounted, and then the users are grouped under those propensity scores. So the users with the highest propensity have the highest likeliness of actually, uninstalling your app or going dormant, right? Where the users with medium would have a medium propensity, and the percentage allocation has also been given, where the propensity is between 30 to 70%. For highest, it is about 70%, and for the lowest one, it is below 30%. You can quickly create a campaign right here. You can just click over here. Similarly, what I just showed to you under the RFM space, you can also create a campaign right now. You can get a visual representation of your propensity distribution of the users right over here, user distribution via category. And then, of course, what are the correlation parameters? So, of course, you see a lot of data points over here, a group of users that we have categorized, but how have we categorized? What are the correlations to this? And a correlation has been shown to you over here, that why do we think that these users are about to churn, or they have this highest propensity of actually churning. So all of this a prediction can be brought into scope, and you can help activate your users, or let's say retain your users with a higher number, right? Now, the next step would be to actually create a WhatsApp campaign. So, there are users who are on the, by RFM, you might understand, and you might save them as a form of a segment. You might identify certain users by predictions over here, right? Now with I'll show you how you can create a campaign, what all templates you can use. So, first thing is that, you choose your teams, you choose I give the campaign names. I've already put all these data points down, right? And now you choose the audience. Do you want to engage to all of your users, or would you like to use the segments that were created, let's say that you have created using the prediction, or the segments that you have used to created using the RFMs, right? If you want to use those segments, the segment will be listed over here, where you can go into the custom segment and you can choose those. MoEngage has something as a standout feature in the industry today, which is called as a user affinity based segments, right? Which today a lot of market players would claim, but they don't have that, right? And this is something that MoEngage champions in. So let's say, what is user affinity? So we'll put down a conversion activity, which is order successful, right? So any user who has executed order successful, and now here you get 4 types of conditions that you can put down for affinity based segment, right? First is predominantly. This means that the user is predominantly buying this certain X of products. So let's say the user is buying a lot of products from Levi's category, Levi's products, which is shirts, which can be shirts, which can be jeans, which can be, any other form of clothing that Levi's has to sell. And the user is a Levi's fan. And that gives you an idea, basis that you can create a group of users who are Levi's prone users, and you can send an engagement to them. You can have for a minimum of, where you can define that, hey, I want to understand, I want to segment users who have performed an event, which is the X%. So it can be 10%, right? So for a minimum of 10% who have done this activity of order successful for Levi's as a category, group them. Then can be a top 10% of the users and below 10%, last 10% of the users. So most number of times is top 10 users who are Levi's champions, who use Levi's as, or let's say buy Levi's as a product. Whereas there would be least 10% of the users who might have bought a Levi's as a product, but they are not the champions of the Levi's as a product, right? So all of that, you can create such affinity based. Let's take an example of predominantly one, right? So any user who has predominantly brand is Levi's, I want to create a segment of these users in last 3 days who have bought a product of Levi's, or of course I can increase this timeline to 30 days. I can add more attribute values, further drill it down, right? Once you do that, once you have your user, you can move forward, and now you can choose the sender, right? With MoEngage, you can have multiple senders. So if you have a sender, let's say, Gupshup or an Infobip or a Carix, you can have multiple senders. You can choose which engagement needs to be sent out with which sender. That is again a USP that MoEngage offers. You can choose the template. The whitelisted template will be listed over here for you. Once is that, you can quickly put down the image of the product. So what we have done is that we have created a cart abandonment kind of a template for this set of users for jeans which are of Levi's brand, right? I can put down now data over here in the body saying that, hey, hi, and if you could see over here, you can personalize when we were talking about the personalization part, right? So on the basis users propensity to buy a certain product or their inclination, you send those engagements. At the same time, you also engage with these users in form of their first name, like, which can be very, very common sense, which would be, a very common attribute that you might want to use to personalize it with using the first name of the user, which can be in this form, right? First underscore name. So any first name, so for me, it might be Bharat, for it might be Rohit, would be put down over here. And that first name would be taken that, hi, Bharat, we have saved your basket for you. Simply click on your basket button and below and have a question for FAQs. You can add the product to the wish list, or you can add the product to the basket and quickly go and do a checkout. You can quickly get a personalized view that how it would look like on a personalized view. If you want to test it out, you can quickly test it out basis any form of data point, right? Email ID or a mobile number or any data point. You just put that down, you test it out, you get the idea how the campaign looks like. Once you do that, you move forward. Here is where you define that, or let's say schedule the campaign. So you can schedule a campaign to be sent as soon as possible, or you can schedule at a specific date and time. Let's say there's a start date, send time. You define that over here. You can choose your time zone. You can define conversion goals, that what is the end conversion goal that you want to track with this in campaign. And you can track up to 5 conversion goals. That is again one of the USP that MoEngage offers for you. You can also put down, or let's say you might have put down a frequency capping, but this is an important engagement and you don't want this to be included in a frequency capping, or you don't want this to be included in a global frequency capping. You can just enable this button and this will be ignored for a frequency capping. So priority based engagements can also be sent out, and frequency capping cannot be a kind of a factor for you to actually preventing you from sending those engagement. You can also do the throttling. So how many requests per minute do you want to send for this WhatsApp engagement. You can control all of that over here. Once you do that, you quickly publish the campaign, right? This is how you can create a WhatsApp campaign. Now you have understood what WhatsApp campaign is, right? So I'll quickly give you an idea as to how you can use various other analytics that MoEngage has to offer in form of funnels, RFMs, and all of this. So if you could see, this would a funnel would look like, where a product is viewed, user has added to the cart, user has ordered successful, and all of these analytics are actionable. So if you click on this RFM with the users who have not done this conversion activity, and you can quickly start creating an engagement for this set of users that, hey, you have not done this conversion activity. I want to run a quick campaign for these users, and the channel that I would like to use is WhatsApp as a campaign. So all of these, analytics are actionable, similar to what I just showed to you in RFM. And last bit on the engagement part, with MoEngage flows, where you can create automated flows, right? You can have an email as a channel. So what I've done is I've created a flow where users have done an add to cart, but they have in last 3 days, they have not done an order successful as an event, right? So if they have not placed the order, we'll create a flow for them. The user will first receive an email. If he does not convert, where I've done and has done event, where I'm checking whether the user has done the conversion event or not. If he has done it, we exit the user from the flow. But if he has not done the conversion event, that's where you can have multiple channels to engage, where again a proprietary kind of a solution of MoEngage intelligent path optimizer comes in. So you might not know that if I send an email and a WhatsApp is the best form of communication, or if I just send a WhatsApp as an engagement, it's the best form of communication. So you don't have to fuss about that. You'll leave it to Sherpa. Sherpa will analyze that which is getting the best conversion, and you can define the criteria over here that, hey, conversion and engagement both should be included into Sherpa taking a decision that which is the best performing branch. And once you do that, that branch will be, all the users who will be coming after this set of users after data is analyzed will be redirected towards that branch, because that branch being the winner. So you can have such kind of solution, and this is what the in-depth analytics and the level of depth that MoEngage brings in, along with WhatsApp as a channel, right? Quickly going back.
Thanks, Bharat. I think what we'll do is we'll just quickly jump to Mayank's slides, because I know Mayank has an existing engagement. So we can come back to these slides, Bharat. But thanks so much for the demo. Mayank, over to you.
Thank you, Rohit. Could we move to the next slide, please? Hi, guys. Good afternoon, everyone. So, like Bharat stated, one of our primary reasons of adopting WhatsApp for Ola Insure particularly was to improve dwell with customers. Like you guys know, insurance, in any form or shape, even bite-sized insurance like we do, takes some convincing to the customer to sell, right? And just using, legacy channels like push notifications or the likes of wasn't really happening, wasn't really working for us. And hence we, came up with the strategy of using WhatsApp for, pushing relevant products to customers at the right moment. Rohit, can we move to the next slide? Like I said, so any sales journey, if you were to look at it, as probably three parts. One, you need to ensure that the customer is dwelling with you. And if you look at push notifications and the kind of push notification traffic that almost all of you receive from all the kind of apps that you have on your phones, it's honestly impossible for any brand as big as the biggest brands in the world to draw customer attention to their content. So you want to increase dwell time. Number two is you want to improve your CTR. So if you look at a push notifications, you basically get what? 32 plus 32 characters to speak about your product. And it's a lot of times it's not enough. So you want to have space of, pitching your product in the right manner to the customer. And then ultimately, a lot of times what happens is you have people clicking through, but then, they are in a rush or they're in a hurry and all that, and they're not interacting with your content. And then you want to have a space wherein you can retarget customers for conversion. And this typical cycle with the push notification might give you, probably, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, at max 1 or 2% of click rates on PN, and those are considered really good. But what we've seen on WhatsApp in our cases, we've seen read rates of as high as 70%, click rates going up to as high as 15, 16%. So that's almost 20x of what we are speaking about in push notifications. And that is one primary reason why we've started using WhatsApp. Even with all the cost that's involved in WhatsApp, the CAC that you get from conversion is extremely high, and it helps. Can we move to the next slide, please? I'll give you a typical example of how we are using WhatsApp. Now, a lot of products that we sell on Ola Insure are, products that are sold in the context of the journey that you are in, or in the context of what you're doing at that time. For example, if you're going to a flight, if you're taking a flight at the moment, right? We sell a pretty kick-ass product, which is a 29 rupee product, which basically pays you even if you guys miss your flight, right? And benchmarking this product against any other product in the market, the product feature on feature is way better. But the problem here is, while you're taking a ride, you are focused on trying to get onto your ride and taking care of everything else later. We came up with a way wherein we were able to identify the signal of a person going to the airport and pitching him this flight insurance product, the 29 rupee product, from using a flow that was set up on MoEngage. We use that trigger, send a WhatsApp message to the person where we were able to pitch the whole product on WhatsApp itself. So sending you, like I said, just sending you 2 lines about the product would not have even grabbed your attention. But if you saw a WhatsApp message that basically explained that this product is for 29, it gives you, it pays you for flight delays, for missed flights, for canceled flights, and you can just buy it on one tap. That is a pretty sweet journey for us as providers, and even from a customer perspective. It basically solves, it's a win-win for both. And the way we're doing this with trigger events and using all the analytics, the way we've seen it is our click rates on such kind of campaigns are as high as 12-13%. So a lot of you guys who are taking Ola rides through airports are opting into this product, and it's become a sweet proposition for us. Can we move to the last slide, please? Like I said, there are, so one part is trying to sell a product on WhatsApp, using WhatsApp, right? But also you would want to ensure that, your customer is not having to, come back to your app for each and everything. From a customer service perspective, or customer excellence perspective, whichever way you want to think about it, it also becomes important that all information for a customer is ready at one tap. And like Bharat stated in the beginning, one of the most used apps on anybody's phone is WhatsApp. And imagine if you can clone a lot of your functionalities that you provide on your app through WhatsApp, it basically improves customer experience to a massive level. And at Ola Insure, what we started doing was, as soon as you even buy products or your policy docs, so that are sent on WhatsApp, so that you don't have to go and hunt for it on an app, and basically go through multiple sections on an app trying to get to your policy or trying to get to information about your product. Moreover, you buy products and then there's a cycle of renewing insurance, or maybe you've bought flight insurance and you're taking flight the next time, the next day, or return flight. All of renewal information, changing stuff on the policy doc, if you've bought a bigger policy, all that we're doing through WhatsApp. And that is ensuring that all that information is there on that Ola Insure WhatsApp account that the customer can access in just 2 taps. And that's taking customer experience to the best case possible scenario for now. Can we move to the next slide, please? I'd just like to talk about a few things that I think need to be taken into consideration if you guys are trying to adopt WhatsApp. Number one, like you can see on the screen, you have a lot of real estate and you have the ability of capturing dwell time, but don't make sure that you don't make it spammy. Just because every customer is going to open the WhatsApp message and PNs are just being blatantly ignored, don't just start using this channel to send messages after messages to customers, because then the effectivity of your WhatsApp account is going to go down. What we've done is we've basically ensured that we're using WhatsApp for retargeting cases, or cases wherein the customer is highly engaged. And since you have more engaged giving you events all through the value chain, you can basically establish closed loop attribution, wherein you see the customer's engagement on different channels, or you identify events wherein the customer needs to be retargeted. And that's when you start using WhatsApp. Number two, although you have a long, large real estate to talk about multiple things or use a lot of content, make sure that you're checking out your message health to identify the effectiveness of your WhatsApp channel. You might see a lot of brands just sending you WhatsApp messages, even though you don't want to look at their stuff, or you've not even reached out to them, but you've been a part of their mailing list for a long time. And you will see a lot of people starting to unsubscribe on WhatsApp as well, right? People start blocking you. So make sure you're keeping that into consideration while running campaigns. Number three, align your messages to your goal. If your goal is just to grab a person's attention, make sure that your WhatsApp message is short and sweet, and you're redirecting them to your app. But you can also use WhatsApp for selling on one tab, that like we are trying to do here. And there, you can play with different content types, which is the flexibility that WhatsApp gives you. You can get multiple templates approved and utilize them. And last but not the least, like I said, make sure content is always king. You could be using any channel, and just because WhatsApp gives you all this real estate, don't just abuse it, if I can say that. and optimize your content so that you're really using it in an effective manner and not just spamming people at the end of the day. I think this is what I had on how we are using WhatsApp, and thank you, Rohit, and the Moengage team for having me here.
Thank you so much, Mayank. I think that was really helpful. I'm sure our audience members have taken a lot from this, and I think they might have questions for you as well. But I know Mayank has a hard stop right now, so Mayank will be stepping out. But we are happy to connect with Mayank later and share your questions with him. Come back to you with answers. Thank you so much, Mayank. Thank you for taking out the time.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, I think, Bharat, let's move to the slides by Sixth Street. Unfortunately, Pratik from Sixth Street, who was supposed to be presenting these slides, could not make it because of a personal priority that came up. So I'll just talk through these slides. So I can give you a context of what Pratik was going to present today. Right, great. So Sixth Street is one of our marquee customers in UAE. In fact, Sixth Street is an online fashion destination with more than 1,200 brands like Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, and a lot more. It operates in countries like UAE, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Oman, Bahrain, and several other countries. And I think Apparel Group, which owns Sixth Street, has been in this business of retail for over the last 20 years. Right. So great. Let's move on and check out how Sixth Street uses WhatsApp. Right. So Bharat, if you could switch to the next slide. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. All right. So I think the main thing was that Sixth Street has tons of customers across different channels, and reachability or deliverability has always been an issue with these millions of customers. Right. So, for example, if you look at push notifications may not reach all customers because either the app gets uninstalled or your own privacy settings or a lot more. Similarly, email has its own issues. I'm sure most marketers and growth managers here have an idea of how great a channel email can be, but at the same time, how cluttered it can be as well. And similarly, on social as well, they have found a lot of challenges. What WhatsApp has helped them is WhatsApp as a channel is not restricted by any age group or any category of users who typically use it. I think everyone, irrespective of age barrier, gender, which country they belong to or whatever, all those factors are taken into consideration, and most people are available on WhatsApp. So it's agnostic from that perspective. And the other thing is that you can safely assume that all people who successfully get or they get a WhatsApp message delivered to them, most of them will at least see the message, if not react, right? So that's the power of WhatsApp for Sixth Street. And so basically because of this, WhatsApp engagement was a no-brainer for Sixth Street. They onboarded Gupshup, and Gupshup is their WhatsApp service provider. Along with Moengage providing an additional layer that helps them personalize and go after their customers with meaningful engagement. Another advantage that they had obviously was that WhatsApp service providers like Gupshup have a native integration with Moengage, so which makes it easier for them to onboard and get going with their campaigns. Great. So if you look at the reach perspective, Sixth Street is able to achieve reach of something like 90%. So if they send messages, obviously, to 100 people, at least 90 of them are reading it. And on top of it, since the last 1 year, they have been seeing a consistent CTR or conversion rate of 15%, which is huge for any channel that we use to engage with our customers. Right. So as Mayank also said, there is no other channel that can get to these numbers for your engagement campaigns. All right, Bharat, can you please move to the next slide? Yeah, I think we can skip this one and move to the next one. Perfect. So what they essentially do, Sixth Street, is that for the first half of 2022, they ran a lot of experiments across their cohorts. They took cart abandonment as an exercise that needed priority. And when they tested out on different channels, what is the time frame that they should target the customers who have abandoned some product of theirs on the cart, in the cart, whether it's 30 minutes or whether they should engage them after 3 hours or 6 hours. So they did a lot of these experiments. And honestly, there's no reason why customers' interaction with your brand should be different on any channel. But WhatsApp is more interactive. WhatsApp is more instant. So the moment you get a WhatsApp message from a brand, you generally tend to look at it unless you are busy with some other priorities. So with the help of MoEngage, Sixth basically created a lot of segments, which something of the likes of what Bharat showed you in the demo. And they use these segments to create journeys that were very well thought out. And this has helped them improve their cart abandonment gap and bring customers back to completing those purchases. And with the help of MoEngage and Gupshup, these messages are obviously auto-triggered as per the settings that the team sets up. And they were also able to tackle a lot of other use cases like reactivating inactive customers or even suggestive recommendations on WhatsApp, for example, for upsells or for cross sells, that you like this product, you bought this product, would you like to buy this product as well, which matches their purchase behavior, which matches their affinities and their preferences. So these were the kind of campaigns that they ran. And if we move to the next slide, Sixth Street was able to achieve something like 20x, that is 20 times more ROI as compared to SMS, which they were relying on earlier, which is a major jump. And on top of that, if you look at it, they also achieved something like 2 times more click-through rates or conversions. Obviously, this was not just possible because of WhatsApp as a channel, but because they were contextualizing their engagement on WhatsApp based on the segments and the analytics that MoEngage was able to help them with, right? So with that level of deep personalization, you are able to be more personal with your customers on a channel like WhatsApp, which is personal to you and me, right? And they also leverage a chatbot that helped them reduce something like customer calls or queries on their call center significantly, because now they could do it right from WhatsApp. And this is still evolving, but they foresee something like 80% reduction in call volumes with the help of this WhatsApp chatbot. And even ongoing engagement, like something as simple as requesting customers to rate them on Google reviews or App Store. This was a big challenge earlier, but with the help of WhatsApp, Sixth Street has been able to achieve this as well. And I think the numbers are clear: 20% increase in customer satisfaction. That's not a small feat. That's amazing that Sixth Street has been able to do this with the help of MoEngage and WhatsApp, and we're really happy to be supporting them with this. Right. Awesome. I think before we go back to a few more slides that Bharat wanted to show to you guys and also do the Q&A, we just wanted to run a very quick poll. The demo that Bharat has provided to you today is more generic so that you all can understand the possibilities of MoEngage and WhatsApp. But I think all of you would like to know more about how you can use it for your specific brand, for your specific use cases. And I'm sure you guys will have a lot of complicated use cases as well within your brands. So just wanted to check with all of you, how many of you would actually like to book a one-on-one consultation with us to look at how you can improve your engagement with WhatsApp. Please feel free to take the poll. I'll just keep the poll on for a few seconds. And Bharat, I think you can move forward with the rest of the slides, and then we will move into the Q&A.
Sure. Yeah. So just the last bit, right? So we just saw that how you can create a campaign, how you can create a flow, automated flow to send engagements, which WhatsApp is also one of the few channels that MoEngage has to offer, along with a variety of channels, right? This is what, and this is an first view, and of course you saw the analysis piece also, where you can create funnels, you can create behavioral analytics, you can create RFMs, you can create predictive segments. But once you send out an engagement, you can also leverage the information, or let's say the data points, as to how the users have engaged with your engagement, right? Where the campaign performance stats for delivery, for example, how many were sent, how many were delivered, how many were read, what was the delivery rate, and campaign performance stats in terms of conversion. right? How many users got converted, how many users performed the conversion events, and what was the conversion rate. So all of these data with more in-depth analysis you will get onto the MoEngage platform. And that's how a MoEngage plus WhatsApp as a solution, or let's say MoEngage plus with WhatsApp service providers that are there in the market with a solution becomes even more imperative for you, because without analytics, you cannot send an engagement to the users. You need to get the right insights so that you engage the user with the right channel at the right time. With WhatsApp, if WhatsApp is their right channel, then engaging with them on WhatsApp becomes even more imperative. And that kind of insights can only come after you have a lot of insights that let's say MoEngage provides you with, right? And just to narrate a few, let's say just share us a small snippet, right? Where if you could see read receipts, knowing who is reading your message is very important, because that shows the intent of the user is very high towards your messages. They are reading the messages, they're showing a lot of intent towards what you have to offer, they're engaging with you, right? And that becomes even more imperative for you, right? And just a few brands that a list of brands that are working with MoEngage today. So via WhatsApp as one of the solution with MoEngage to solving their customer engagement and across verticals, right? So we spoke only about retail and e-commerce as a vertical for the demo, or let's say for the webinar today. But if you could see, there are across vertical for financial services, telecom.
Bharat, I think the slide hasn't changed at your end. Could you? Yeah. Okay. Now it is.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think so. A little bit of internet connection problem. I'm really sorry. But if you could see, we have these other brands that are working with us today, and we just spoke about the retail brands over here. But then there are financial services, IT, telecom, media, travel and hospitality, right? And EdTech and all of this that are working with us today for all the solution, with WhatsApp also being one of the solutions over here.